curriculums that I haven't even used this year, that I thought I was going to use, that I just could not bring myself to implement. Welcome to my channel. I'm so thankful that you stopped by today. My name is Kira. I'm a homeschool mom. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and click that bell for notifications. Also give this video a like if you find it helpful. So it's been a bit since I've recorded because there's just been a lot going on, and we've been trying to wrap up the end of the school year and a lot of juggling multiple things. So I wanted to share with you kind of where we're at in our school year and kind of give you a mid-year review on just the curriculum we've been using and how it's been working for us. That way I can give you kind of an idea on, what has worked for us and what hasn't. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know how your school year has been and just maybe what you're going to be doing for the holidays. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Just so you know, you can look at any of these books. I already have reviewed them. You can look on my channel and see. I will try to link them below and link them above so that way you can have an easy access to them. To start out with, this is our vocabulary book, and I really enjoy this. We've been doing it once a week because I don't really feel like it needs to be done every day, and we are about halfway through it. We really enjoy this. I think it's been a great purchase for us. Not really expensive, not overwhelming. Again, the lessons, you can look on the video that gives you a more in-depth look at this book, but I really enjoy it. I think it's good. It's good for me. It's good for my son. It's not overwhelming. If your child can get overwhelmed by vocabulary, and if vocabulary is not necessarily their passion, definitely I still highly recommend this. This one's worked great for us. Okay, so next we have the spelling. I still really like this book. I think it has a lot of great options. You don't have to do all the work. It is a lot of work that's in there, but you can make it optional. So there's, a pre-test, a final test. I haven't even really done tests. I've just gone through the lessons, and we don't even do all the lesson because there was a lot of exercises that I feel like he would just get kind of bored or frustrated with. My son does not care for spelling at this time. It's like, every single time we go to do it is what I hear. But I would still go with this. It still is one of the better versions of spelling. Again, for the price, I felt it was good. I will have this linked so you can look at it more in detail, but definitely say if you're looking for spelling for 7th grade or even some of the other grades. Again, I can't remember. I didn't really research any other grade levels, but I do believe they have more for other grades. Definitely the spelling workout is still a good thing to look into if you're interested in spelling. I still highly recommend this. Okay, so writing and grammar. I love Fix-It Grammar. My son likes Fix-It Grammar. I think this is a great way to study the parts of speech. This has been not overwhelming. IEW, which is the curriculum name, we didn't start out with this years ago, so it's been an adjustment, but for grammar and parts of speech, punctuation and all that, the Fix-It Grammar, it's worked great. So I will have this linked because I think it still is a great thing. I do not regret doing this. Now for structure and style. Oh goodness, if your child struggles with writing, I would say you should try this if you haven't already. There is a lot to it. I would say that my son is slowly growing in writing. If writing's not your strong suit as a teacher and your kids struggle with it, parts of this may be overwhelming. But I would say if you could simplify it, we have the videos, so we still are following along with a teacher. You can really make it work. Would I get this again? Yes, I would, because I haven't found anything else out there that works. Yeah, I would definitely say look into this. Again, I'll have it linked. It's just been a learning curve, but I would say if you start out your kids in the younger grades with this, you probably would have less of a struggle if you started out younger, if you give them a good perspective. Whereas if they've had years of struggle with writing, you would probably say some of this could be overwhelming for them. You as the teacher, you can choose what parts you want to use and what parts you don't. The assignments can be a lot every week, so we haven't been following it to a T every week the way we should. Some weeks we skip a week because it's just too much. trying to put in a writing, a rough draft, and a final draft in a week, especially when it doesn't come naturally. We're not quite halfway through. I would still say it was a great purchase, so I still recommend it. We did botany and health in the human mind, and then we also did kingdoms and classifications unit study with The Good and the Beautiful. I don't know where that book is right now, but we did these 3 as like the beginning of our science for 7th grade. So I still love these books. I think they're well done. I like the content of the reading and the educational part, and the fact that they have some online videos that are free. For my son, without him doing it like with a group, we didn't do really any of the projects. The projects just weren't, they were a little too elementary for him, or he just really wasn't into them. But I can still say that the content, the colors in these books from The Good and the Beautiful were a great option for unit studies. So 3 of these, I would still recommend them. We switched to MASTERBOOKS Physical World because I had this left over from last year. Parts of it were a little too overwhelming for him, too beyond him for 6th grade, but we're starting back in this, and you know, I feel like it's going really well. There's a lot to it. I think he's more in the place of understanding. My son actually flies RC planes now. Some of this concerning like inventions and flying and rockets and machinery and technology and all that, he's able to process a little better. After doing this, I think this is kind of above potentially a 6th grader. Parts of it might be good, but the majority of the information, it is a lot of reading, and the majority of information in here is probably only going to be really understandable for 6th grade and up. So we're glad we're doing it now. I would definitely do it again. I always highly recommend MasterBooks Science curriculums. They've been great for us. So still would recommend this. Make sure you look up the link for this video when I reviewed this if you want a deeper look. Okay, we're still doing MasterBooks again, World Story. This is World Story 2. We did World Story 1 last year. Again, if you've looked up the video for this or you haven't yet, make sure you do. This is for Rome all the way up through the Renaissance. It's really good. Like, we've enjoyed it. We're, about halfway through it, and there's still a lot more to go, but I would still recommend this if that part of history is something that your children will be interested in. I'm looking forward to finishing this out, but this has been a great 7th grade history for us, so definitely check this out. One more MasterBooks here is our geography. We just finished this. Their schedule for this book we didn't really follow. We actually just kind of went through it quickly. So there's some pages in here and activities and worksheets and projects we definitely didn't do. We did the worksheets that were applicable to what he read, and we still love this. My son is actually a little sad that he's done with this book. So the Exploring Medieval Kingdoms with MasterBooks is still a great purchase. We would do it again. I always love their geography. It's been just awesome just to kind of travel in these books and see all these different countries and things about them. So I'm definitely sad that we're finishing this. I'm definitely looking forward though to what we will be doing for the second half of the year. The U.S. Constitution and Government is what we're going to be starting on in January. This is also from The Good and the Beautiful. This will be a little bit of a test and probably a little bit boring in there because my son may or may not understand certain government concepts. I think it's time to get our feet wet, and I do think this will be a great thing. So we'll have to let you know how this works. This will be doing January through the end of our 7th grade school year. So we're looking forward to it. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to talk about Math UC, the Zeta. We're doing more decimals and percentages and some other stuff mixed in there. This has been not bad. In some ways, I wish it was more challenging. We did buy the manipulatives, as you can see up in the big box over here. We did buy the video. Has it been worth it? I can't say all of it has, but we have not been doing Math UC this whole time. We just started Math UC for the first time this year. We were doing Abeka Math before. Some of the concepts are still the same. Some of the methods are still the same, probably more traditional. Really, I'm just trying to get him through the problems and the tests. It's not bad. It's just not quite what I was hoping it would be for him. We're just trying to get through it. We're trying to get a good foundation before starting pre-algebra. Can I recommend it? I would definitely say look at the video for this that I have, because it can kind of give you an idea of if it's going to work for you or not. I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but then again, he's still learning the basic math that he needs to learn that will hopefully transition him into a pre-algebra mindset. Was it worth the money? I don't know yet. We're only halfway through it, so I will have to give you another review at the end of the school year to tell you how we've done when we've gone all the way through the book, because right now I'm not quite sure. So that's our mid-school year review. I'm super excited for a break though. It's been a long 6 months. We actually started school in July. You know, we've taken our breaks, but there's just a lot of changes going on, a lot of things. I will be doing a video in January kind of giving you an idea of where I'm headed. There's a few more reviews that I got to do for you or curriculums that I haven't even used this year, that I thought I was going to use, that I just could not bring myself to implement yet, just because I've had so many other things going on. For those of you that do not know and do not know from my previous videos, I am a homeschool mom who has been working part-time, and within that part-time job, you know, it's been a lot to juggle. And, you know, my son's grades and his learning has not suffered because we really push hard to do our best when I'm not working, but it's definitely been a sacrifice. I'm happy to say that I will be leaving my part-time job in January. So there's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of opportunities for this channel to grow, and I'm looking forward to it so much. I am loving the idea of collaborating with other former homeschoolers or homeschool moms. There's so much that I want to do, so much more I want to talk about. We are going to focus on doing more projects at home and getting just into so much more deep and rich homeschooling opportunities, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm just not quite sure what all that's going to look like yet, but I'm excited that you are with me on this journey, and I'm just so thankful for you if you've been a subscriber since the beginning of my channel. Thank you so very much for sticking with me. I'm just so excited for all the opportunities that may be coming in 2024, and make sure that you leave me a comment if there's anything you want to see from my channel. I would love your feedback, so please let me know. 2024 we'll be making some changes to our homeschooling schedule, which I will share with you more on my next video, but I just wanted to share with you today, reach out and let you know how we're doing. And just a big thanks for tuning in and staying with us if you're a subscriber. And again, if you're not, please consider subscribing, because there's so much more on my channel that I'm going to be sharing this next year. So I hope you all have just a blessed holiday season, and make sure that you just enjoy some time to rest. Make sure you enjoy some time to eat some of your favorite foods maybe, or anything that really just makes life just more enjoyable, and just cozy up and watch a good movie, but most of all, enjoy your family. And I just pray that you will have a blessed season. And so make sure until next time that you shine bright.